protection, like use of chemicals for the control of plant diseases to stop the pathogen from entering the host, or checking the further development in already infected plants. So the chemicals used are called proctants. Therapeutants and therapy. Therapy means cure of a disease in which the fungicide is applied after the pathogen is in contact with the host. So chemicals used are called the therapeutants. Fungicide, any agent or chemical that kills the fungus. Fungicide, some chemicals which do not kill the fungus simply inhibit the fungus growth temporarily. Then the antisporulent, the chemical which inhibit the spore production without affecting the vegetative growth of the fungus. Now, classification of fungicides. So, first of all, general definitions, like the classification of fungicides, which based on their chemical nature, like copper fungicide, sulfur fungicide, heterocyclic, or systemic fungicide. Copper fungicide can be classified as preparatory and proprietary copper compounds. Preparatory copper fungicide are Bordeaux mixture, Bordeaux paste, Burgundy mixture, Chaubatia paste, and cashew nut compound. So first is proprietary copper fungicides, or fixed or insoluble copper fungicides. So the common name is copper oxychloride. The trade name is Bleetox 50, blue copper 50. Then the dosage is like 0.3 to 0.5% for foliar application, 25 to 35 uh, for foliar application, and 25 to 35 kg per hectare for dusting. So disease managed, like anthracnose of grapevine, ticca leaf spot of groundnut, Shigatoka leaf spot of banana, and citrus canker, that is black arm of cotton. Then the another one is cuprous oxide. The trade name is fungi, uh, Fungimar, and Renox. Doses like 0.3% for foliar spray, anthracnose of grapevine, ticka leaf spot of groundnut, sigatoka leaf spot of banana, and citrus canker, black arm of cotton. And then the third one is the copper hydroxide. The trade name is COSIDE. Doses are 0.3% for foliar spray, and the disease managed like blister blight of tea, false smut of rice, and ticka leaf smut of groundnut. Then the sulfur fungicides, in which preparatory sulfur compound. So the first is the lime sulfur. So it is prepared by mixing 20 kg of rock lime and 15 kg of sulfur in 500 liter of water. The trade name is the Colodust Micro 99, and the disease managed by that is powdery mildew of apple and apple scab bean rust. The sulfur dust is the 4 to 5 gram per kg seed for seed treatment, 10 to 30 kg per hectare for dusting on crops, 100 kg per hectare for soil application in tobacco. So there is the 500 kg per hectare for dusting on crops, 100 kg per hectare for soil application in tobacco, and 500 kg per hectare for furrow application in tomato. Then the vegetable sulfur, that is the trade name Sulfax thiophytgosine. The doses are 0.2 to 0.4% for foliar spray. So the disease managed by vegetable sulfur are powdery mildews of various crops. Then the organic sulfur compounds. Basically, these are two types. The first is the dialkyl dithiocarbamates and monoalkyl dithiocarbanates. So first is the common name is Jiram. The trade name is Giraid, Hexazier, Mibam, and Girzilate. The doses are 0.15 to 0.25% for foliar spray, and the disease managed by organic sulfur compounds is anthracnose of pulses, tomato, beans, tobacco, etc., and then bean nust. Secondly, Farbum, that is the trade name is Coromate, Farbum, Permate, Permocide, Hexafer, Carbam Black. So here 0.15 to 0.25% for foliar spray. Then the disease managed by organic sulfur is fungal pathogens of fruits and vegetables, leaf curl of peaches, apple scab, downy mildew, or tobacco. Then the theorem is like the trade name is Arsan, Hexathir, Tarsan, Theorem. Then the doses are like 0.15 to 0.2% as foliar spray, 0.2 to 0.3% of uh, dry seed treatment, and 15 to 25 kg per hectare as soil application. So the diseases managed soil-borne disease which caused by Phythium, Rhizoctonia solani, Fusarium, etc., rust of ornamental crops, scab on pears, and botrytis species on lettuce. Now, monoalkyl dithiocarbamates. So first is the nabum, The doses are 0.2% as foliar spray and it used as foliar spray against leaf spot, diseases of fruits and vegetables, and also used against soil-borne pathogens. So there is the Fusarium, Phythium and Phytophthora. Secondly is the GNAP. The doses are 0.1 to 0.3% for foliar application and the disease management, chili dieback and fruit rot, apple scab, leaf, maize leaf blight and early blight of potato. Then the third is the vapum. The doses are 1.5 to 2.5% liters per 10 m square area and the disease control fungicide with fungicidal, nematicidal and insecticidal properties. So soil fungal pathogens like Fusarium, Phythium, Sclerotium and Rhizoctonium. Thank you. Uh, Basically, what is the hyphae, what is mycelium, these all things we will discuss. Okay. कल हमने बात की थी like the thallus which is also two type eucarpic or holocarpic. Eucarpic whenever the thallus of the fungi which will be vegetative part or reproductive part, if both the part will be present on different thallus like vegetative or reproductive growth will be different and the parts will be different, or if the thallus which will be divided into two parts, then this type of thallus will be called eucarpic and holocarpic whenever here is the only reproductive part. ओके, ये हमने बात की थी। फिर हमने पढ़ा था हाइफी। हाइफी क्या है? एक फिलामेंटस स्ट्रक्चर होती है फंगस की। So basically the hyphae may be septate or aseptate. Septate, if there will be the division of the nuclei with the help of the septa, then the hyphae will be called septate or septate hyphae, and if there is no division, then it will be called aseptate. Okay. Uh, After that, mycelium was a branched structure, or whenever there will be condensation or the hypha will be in branch form, then it will be commonly called mycelium. Okay. Uh, Next thing is types of mycelium. So types of mycelium, basically, it is monokaryotic, dikaryotic, homokaryotic, or heterokaryotic. Difference is there. Monokaryotic, like we are talking about regarding the nucleus, carrion word which is related to the nucleus. Okay. Dikaryotic, like it will be binucleate. Homo that means same और hetero that means different. ओके, अब हम बात करते हैं लाइक व्हाट इज मोनोकैरियोटिक. Monokaryotic mycelium uninucleate, that means single nucleus is there. Mycelium contains single nucleus that usually forms part of a haplophase in the life cycle of fungi. So we can say that monokaryotic, it is uninucleate and the nucleus will be single. After that, dikaryotic mycelium. Dikaryotic, that means binucleate or two nucleus will be there. So mycelium contains pair of nuclei, that is dikaryon, like two nucleus will be there, which denotes the diplophase in the life cycle of fungi. After that, homokaryotic. Homokaryotic mycelium. Mycelium contains genetically identity nuclei, or the nucleus will be identical of each other. Identical, that means nucleus or nuclei will be same. Okay. Then heterokaryotic mycelium. Heterokaryotic, the mycelium contains nuclei of different genetic constituents, like their genetic constituents which will be different. That's why it is heterokaryotic. Okay. So hetero, that means different, homo that means same, mono that means single, or di means two. Is it clear? Here, like monokaryotic or dikaryotic. In A and B, uh, slide is showing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Monokaryotic, that means in each septum there is only a single nuclei. Can you see? Monokaryotic, that means single. So in each septum there is only a single nuclei. Okay. So that will be called monokaryotic. In B also there is only presence of a single nuclei. Okay. And in C you can see there are two nucleus. So that is dikaryotic. Dikaryotic may be homokaryotic or heterokaryotic, but this kind of structure will be called heterokaryotic because here both the nuclei are different. Okay. If both the nuclei will be same, then it will be called homonuclei. If different nuclei is there, then it will be called heteronuclei. Okay. Uh, So here you can see mycelium with multinucleate cells. Multinucleate, like there are the number of the nuclei more than two. Okay, so that's why it is called multinucleate cells. Like there is no division by the septum and the number of nuclei is more or more than two. That's why it is called multinucleate cells. After that, fungal cell structure, like in last class we discussed about general characteristics of fungi, in which like the fungus may be unicellular or multicellular. So if multicellular fungi is there, that means they have different organelles. Okay. So now fungal cell structure, the chief components of cell wall appears to be various type of carbohydrates. Carbohydrate, that means cellulose, lactose, callose, etc., or their mixtures up to 80 to 90%. Just tell me, in plants, what type of material will be more and which biomolecules will be more, like carbohydrates or fats? ज़्यादा प्रेजेंट होता है? कार्बोहाइड्रेट ज़्यादा होते हैं या फिर फैट ज़्यादा होता है या फिर अदर बायोमोलिक्यूल्स ज़्यादा प्रेजेंट होते हैं? कुछ तो आंसर दिया करो बेटा, सही हो गलत हो कुछ तो बोला करो।
मैम।
यस
हाँ,
मैम, यस मैम।
क्या प्रेजेंट होता है ज़्यादा? तुम लोग बोलते ही नहीं हो, मेरे को लगता है पता नहीं इनको समझ में आता है नहीं आता, डोंट नो। कोई रेस्पॉन्स दोगे तभी तो पता चलेगा।
यस मैम।
क्या ज़्यादा प्रेजेंट होता है? कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स।
यस मैम।
हाँ, तो फिर बोल दिया करो ना, आता है तो आंसर दिया करो, नहीं आता है तो बोला करो नहीं पता। कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं देते, मुझे क्या पता तुमको क्या आता है क्या नहीं आता। So basically in fungal cell there is the presence of like cellulose, lactose, cellulose. It is up to 80 to 90%. Basically we can say that in plants there are more carbohydrates, and the amount of carbohydrates will be more. That's why they will be occupy large space. देखते हो प्लांट्स की साइज बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी होती है एज कंपेयर टू एनिमल्स। उसका क्या रीज़न होता है? क्योंकि बेसिकली जो वो फूड को स्टोर करते हैं और उनमें जो सबसे ज़्यादा मटेरियल होता है वो होता है कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स। तो जो कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स होते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा कंडेंस नहीं होके एज कंपेरिजन टू फैट वो ज़्यादा स्पेस को ऑक्यूपाई करते हैं और लेस एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करते हैं। ठीक है। Mestigomycotina, that is lower fungi. So there is the cellulose predominates, or in higher fungi the chitin is present. If question is there, the cell wall of fungi, then answer will be chitin. If we are talking about lower fungi, which is including in Mestigomycotina, then basically there is cellulose which will be present in large amount. But in higher fungi, chitin is present. Okay. After that, cytoplasm contains organelles such as nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, ribosome, vacuoles, vesicles, microbodies, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosome, and microtubules. So these all are the organelles. Those are present in the cytoplasm of fungi, and here we are talking about multicellular fungi. Okay. So in multicellular fungi, all the cell organelles are present. The nucleus has nuclear envelope comprising of two typical unit membrane and a central dense area are known as nucleolus. Just tell me, what do you understand by cytoplasm? What is
मैम वो फ्री
cytoplasm?
स्पेस होता है ना, सेल के अंदर फ्री स्पेस होता है ना, मतलब वो लिक्विड ही होता है मैम, लिक्विड टाइप होता है मैम, फ्री स्पेस होता है जिसके अंदर ये सारे ऑर्गन्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं।
और कोई? और कोई बता सकता है क्या होता है साइटोप्लाज्म? देखो बेटा, साइटो Cyto, that means cell. Okay, and plasm, that means fluid. So cytoplasm, that is a cell fluid. ओके, ये एक तरीके से क्या हो गया, जो सेल्स होती है उसमें लिक्विड अमाउंट होता है, उसी लिक्विड अमाउंट में ये सारे ऑर्गेनल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. ओके, after that, nucleus has nuclear envelope comprising of two typical unit membrane and a central dense area. So the central dense area is known as nucleolus. ओके, लाइक पहले तो क्या होता है, एक सेल की जैसे स्ट्रक्चर हो गई, उसकी सेल वॉल हो गई, दैट इज द आउटर पार्ट. आफ्टर इनसाइड, whenever you will draw the structure of plant cell wall, then there will be an organelle, that is nucleus. So the central part of the nucleus, which will be more dense as comparison to whole part. Okay, and there is also presence of the different types of organelles. So the nucleolus, which is present in the nucleus, and it is a dense part of the nucleus. Okay, so in multinucleate hyphae, the nuclei may be interconnected by endoplasmic reticulum. Vacuoles provide turgor needed for cell growth and maintenance of cell shape, plus store reserve material, and chief storage products of fungi are glycogen and lipid. Like vacuoles, can you tell me, there is the presence of vacuole in human being or in animals? वैक्यूल्स एनिमल्स में भी प्रेजेंट होती है या फिर ओनली प्लांट्स में होती है?
दोनों में होती है मैम.
दोनों में होती है.
यस मैम.
क्या फंक्शन होता है वैक्यूल्स का?
यस मैम.
देखो, vacuoles basically present in animal cell or in plant cell. In both, in animals,
स्टोरेज करती है मैम.
in animal cells, vacuoles are generally small as comparison to plants. Okay, and it is help to sequester waste product. स्टोरेज किसका करती है?
क्या मैम?
इसका स्टोरेज करती है.
मतलब वेस्ट सब्सटेंस.
हाँ, जो वेस्ट मटेरियल होते हैं बेसिकली उसको सिक्वेस्टर करने में वैक्यूल का रोल होता है. और इन प्लांट सेल, वैक्यूल्स हेल्प to maintain the water balance, and sometimes a single vacuole can take up most of the interior space of the plant cell. So that is a difference. Like in plant cell, the vacuole will be very large as comparison to animal cell. And here a word is that turgor. So turgor, that is a type of pressure by which the plants those can maintain their cell growth and also maintain their shape or store the reserve material. Okay, and basically the vacuoles which helps to maintain the water balance. So firstly, there will be a pressure is generated, that is turgor pressure, by which the cells of the plant will be swallow, and whenever the pressure will be decreased, then it will be again shrink. Okay, so that is the role of the vacuole in plants. And there is the storage product of fungi, that is glycogen and lipid. In animal cells, glycogen is also a storage reserve food material, or in fungi, there is again glycogen or lipid. But in case of plant, basically the storage material is starch. Okay. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
af- After that, uh, next is aggregations of hyphae and tissues. And we can say that basically there is the modification of some tissues of the fungi, then it will be formed different types of part or different types of organ. So what is the role of their organ and what type of modification will be there? Okay, so aggregations of hyphae and tissues, basically mycelial strand, rhizomorph or fungal tissues. Okay. So first is, what is the mycelial strands? Mycelial strand, aggregates of parallel or interwoven undifferentiated hyphae which adhere closely and are frequently anastomed or common together, or it will be cemented together. So they are relatively loose. Sclerotium rolfes growth on culture medium compared to rhizomorph. So basically, what are the mycelial strand? Whenever the hyphae will be undifferentiated, or more than one hyphae will be aggregate. Okay. Uh, this structure will be called mycelial structure. They have no well-defined apical meristem. Mycelial strand formation is quite common in Basidiomycetes, Ascomycetes and Deuteromycetes. Like these all are, क्या है ये किंगडम है, क्या है पढ़ा है ना तुमने क्लासिफिकेशन? What is Basidiomycetes, Ascomycetes or Deuteromycetes? क्या है ये? किंगडम है, ऑर्डर है, जीनस है, क्लास है? व्हाट इज दिस? यस, गिव मी आंसर. क्या है बेटा ये सब? एक बार इसको पढ़ लेना फिर बताना, ठीक है? So strands are capable of translocating materials in both the directions. That is, we can say that mycelial strand. Okay. Another is rhizomorph. Rhizomorph, the aggregation of highly differentiated hyphae with a well-defined apical meristem a central core of larger thin wall cells which are often darkly pigmented, or a center core of larger thin walled cells which are often darkly pigmented. The growing tip of rhizomorph resembles that of a root tip. So the fungus may spread underground from one root system to another by means of rhizomorph. Like rhizomorph, rhizo that means root. Okay, so these are the root-like structure. In some plants, it will be grow, and we can say that it will be modified. So these root-like aggregation is found in the honey fungus or honey agaric, that is Armillaria malia. Like we can say that these are the rhizomorph. And here you can see in the white growth, that means it is indicating the disease also. Okay, which disease symptom will be there? हमने अभी पहले कुछ क्लासेस में ये सब डिस्कस किया था. There are different types of diseases and what are their symptoms. वहाँ पे भी हमने इसी की बात की थी. That is root rot. Okay, and this type of condition due to the water logging, or whenever there will be more water, if we will provide more water to the plant, then the water will be low, because there is no proper aeration, no proper oxygen will be there. So in that case, basically this disease will be caused, and these kind of symptom will be there. But here we are talking about the rhizomorph. Rhizomorph, that means root-like structure. So basically there is the aggregation of highly differentiated hyphae. After that, fungal tissues. Fungal tissues, basically three types are there: plectenchyma, prosenchyma, or pseudoparenchyma. So first is plectenchyma. Mycelium becomes organized into loosely or compactly woven tissue. So here two words are there, like plankin, that means to wave, and chyma, that means infusion. So whenever there will be infusion of cover, then we can say that in plectenchyma, the tissues which will be not completely packed or not tightly packed, they will be just arranged loosely. Okay. In prosenchyma, tissue is loosely woven and the hyphae lie parallel to one another, and it is called distinguishable and typical elongated cells. And third type of tissues is pseudoparenchyma. It is consist of closely packed, more or less isodiametric or novel cells resembling the parenchyma cells of vascular plants, and type of tissue hyphae are not distinguishable. So here, like pseudoparenchyma or prosenchyma. So in prosenchyma, the tissues are also arranged loosely, like that. And this one is pseudoparenchyma. The next one is sclerotium. Sclerotium, there is the aggregation of somatic hypha into dense, rounded, flattened, elongated, four horn-shaped dark masses. They are thick-walled resting structures which contain food reserves. Sclerotia are hard structure and resistant to unfavorable physical and chemical conditions. So they may retain dormant for longer period of time, sometimes for several years, and germination on the return of favorable conditions. That means they maybe remain dormant. And the sclerotia, basically it is resistant, or the structure is also tough, then resistant to unfavorable physical and chemical conditions. After that, mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza, basically there is a symbiotic association between higher plant roots and fungal mycelium. Many plants in nature have mycorrhizal associations. And the mycorrhiza, it increase the surface area of the root system for better absorption of nutrients from soil, especially when the soil are deficient in phosphorus. So the nature of association is believed to be symbiotic, and we can say mutualism of association is used. So it will be non-pathogenic or weakly pathogenic. Basically, mycorrhiza, it is a type of relationship between like two organisms. In the particular part, mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza, that means that is a part which also covered by the surface of root of the plant. So that is ectotropic or sheathing or ectomycorrhiza, endotropic or endomycorrhiza, and ectendotropic mycorrhiza. So basically the plant or the mycorrhizal plant which increase the surface area of the root system. So there will be better absorption of nutrients from the soil, or whenever the soils are deficient in phytoplasm. Okay, sorry, deficient in phosphorus. So these were the organ of the fungus, and different types of organ. Basically, there will be some types of modification by which they all will be formed. So mycorrhiza, sclerotium, stroma and sclerotium, pseudoparenchyma, prosenchyma and platenchyma. These are the tissue of the fungi.